Okay, yet again, a naval officer nabbed for assaulting Lagos traffic warden. Naval officer. I think the particular one hasn't really been to the naval school yet. It's just bearing the name for fancy. Now, a naval officer, Adejobi Samson, has been arrested for assaulting an assistant superintendent of police, identified simply as Alimi, at Aleje in the Ikorodu area of Lagos State. Info just later gathered that the incident happened on September 5th at about 9:30 a.m. while the police officer was controlling traffic. Now, according to eyewitness reports, Adejobi, who drove a minibus with plate number AGL 852YA, was heading towards the direction of the traffic lights when the traffic warden instructed him to stop. He, however, attempted to ignore the instructions, but Alimi insisted he waited for other motorists to pass. Angered by the development, Adejobi drove past the traffic lights and came back to beat up the police officer. Now, the eyewitness who craved anonymity said nobody knew he was a naval rating because he was not wearing a uniform, and despite asking him to wait for traffic instructions, the naval officer drove past the point. The policeman had told her that the naval officer had already left and went about his duty, but the man drove some meters away, alighted and walked straight to meet him. He confronted the policeman, and the next thing we saw was that he pulled out a horsewhip from his trousers and started to flog the police officer. Now, nobody could intervene since he was suspected to be a military officer. Other police officers nearby were immediately alerted and they came to the scene. That was when they discovered that he was a naval officer. It was learned that Adejobi, who was a seaman, was arrested in the process and taken to a nearby police station where he was detained. Now, a source to the police station told InfoGist on Sunday that the suspect was later moved to the state police headquarters while his vehicle was also impounded. When contacted, the state police public relations officer Benjamin Hondrian confirmed the incident. He said a naval officer was arrested for assaulting a police officer. The suspect is in our custody. Naval officers. Well, this is new. I never heard of those people being, assaulting people. We've heard of the police, but naval officers are people we really haven't heard of. I'm not really going to be judgmental on this, and as I'm going to show the floor open to Nigerians as they begin to react. And the naval officer, this is strange. I think probably that man is not a certified naval officer. They should check him probably. Maybe that's a fake ID. I wanted to say the same thing, but I said I was not going to judge. Yet another person, naval officers. This is a strange habit. I have never heard of them before, and I want to believe that this is still under investigations as to know the true identity of this man. Him being a naval officer doesn't give him a right to beat up another person, even if a police officer or not. He disobeyed the traffic rules and should be reprimanded for that. Being a naval officer doesn't make him a god of all. Why didn't that policeman even flog him back with his own horsewhip? Okay, those people don't really have horsewhip to start with. They are I wouldn't want to say they're just traffic wardens. You get, yeah. So at that point, the only thing they have on is their yellow fever and their baton. So sorry to the police officer. Okay, Okay, so the naval officer even has the mind to even come back and beat the man. If I was even the man, I would have chased him down explanation lane. Info explain I know evidence. Evidence for choke. The naval officer has no right whatsoever to beat a man in uniform. That is an offense punishable by law, and he should be punished no matter his status quo. He's obviously not serving Nigeria, but serving himself. Please, whoever impounded the minibus, you please let me know. I would like to buy a second-hand minibus. Nigerians and crews. Okay, I would definitely find a way to ask the policeman to tell you where he got his own minibus from or where they impounded it. Okay. Please, somebody should tell that. Please, somebody should tell that naval officer making no near Port Harcourt. It be like say that Lagos when they done like saying that arrive. May no carry that craze come Port Harcourt, else we could put down for him body woto. It be like saying never jam Ikwere boys. Yes, he hasn't really met Ikwere men because This is like battle between let me say Yorubas. He hasn't really met Ikwe people, just like the commentator said. Okay, that one na less now. Police okay. Even if na I'm a man, if then German they knock another man wear uniform, 2 seconds, then put call they go fall in leg for the armor. Okay, this should be a Port Harcourt person. From this armor, I literally know no Lagos person identifies with armor the way Port Harcourt people do. Okay, therefore put am for him body, in make sure say in body tell am 2 seconds. Okay. Even if he is a military personnel or a navy personnel, doesn't give him the right to flog another man in uniform. They are obviously doing the same thing for Nigeria. No one is perfect and no one can be. Who even gave him the authority to flog? Even without waiting for the other policemen to intervene, they would have definitely beat him up because he was doing the wrong thing. Why would a naval officer even go that far as to beat a man in uniform? I think Asa's song said you wear uniform and I wear uniforms too. We're actually doing the same thing, whether we may not be in the same space, but we're literally trying to serve Nigeria, and you're already failing the traffic rules, and you're trying to act like though you're should I use the word the boss? Meanwhile, you're not. People should learn to have respect for other people. I think that's the first place that this whole thing of being able to align with other people would actually start from. If you're able to respect other people's opinions, you will have less trouble. Okay, fine. He has committed the offense. Something normally in Port Harcourt, if we okay, or in every other state, if people drive past the traffic lights, they would literally not want to look back because the whole speed they will use to escape the police or the federal road safety or anybody at that point in time will be much. You will see taxi drivers looking left, right, left, and even right again before zooming off when they want to distribute traffic lights. And this person here is already disobeying and he's coming back with the F-1 to beat up somebody else, he should be checked. Yeah, I agree. He should be checked. He should be checked. I still want to disagree that that man went to the National Defense Academy or he was even put through Navy school. They should literally check him and make sure that he is not a naval member because naval men don't behave like this. Exactly what I wanted to say, but I would want to rest my case. Anyway, that's the much we can take on the gist about the naval officer. Do well to like, do well to subscribe, and do well to hit up your notification button so you're going to be the first to actually get the information when we drop new gist. Thank you very much.